My story.
What the was that? That wasn't a car. It's coming from over
I just
here.
heard it back there. And I'm not feeling too scared, so... Hello, you. Welcome back to Poor Decisions. I'm Landon.
And I'm Sarah.
And today, as you can see, we are not in our normal studio. We are currently outside in the middle of the woods at nightfall.
Yes.
And what are we going to be doing today, Sarah?
We're going to be reading scary stories.
Right. We're going to be discussing some creepy stories about the woods, some haunted stories, some Alabama urban legends while we sit here in the Alabama woods.
Yeah.
We're quite excited. I'm a little nervous. I feel like once we started filming, it got a little creepy.
It got a little creepy.
A little creepy.
Yeah.
We cannot see anything because these lights are quite
So
bright.
we can't see anything past there, here, and behind us. So
Yeah, and we just heard some lovely noises behind us.
yes.
What?
Are you enjoying the humid
No.
heat?
We are drenched like
No,
a witch's tit
literally.
on a Saturday.
I can't even put on my glasses without fogging up. So half the video I won't be wearing.
We're going to be quite glossy.
Yes.
But yeah, I think we should talk about, firstly, some just camping stories in general.
yes.
Have you ever been camping, Sarah?
It had to have been when I was younger. But yes, I have.
Oh, that was a car. I was like, what is that?
So Landon, if something were to come at us or come screeching or running at us, would you be prepared?
Oh, absolutely not. I do not necessarily think I would be prepared.
Depending on what it is.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like if I just heard something coming or, you know...
I'd run. Yeah.
I'd run. You know, the camera can stay.
The phone.
We'd be in
the phone would
such
come.
a Blair Witch situation out here. Like, growing up around here, I've known these woods.
You've known these
I've
parts.
known these woods, and I've always had the heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope a bug doesn't land on the lens.
I didn't think about that.
You know what? It'll be okay.
Yeah, no, and Landon left me out here for like 3 minutes alone while he went to go grab some bug spray.
Yeah, so we didn't bring that, and that was
a mistake.
a very, very needed thing.
Yeah.
It's gotten so hot, so humid.
Yeah.
So quickly.
And there was like a week of rain, and all of that rain brought the humidity.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be another week of rain actually.
Yes.
So excited. I will say I'm very happy that we're doing more podcast things more frequently.
Yeah. Kind of gets us in the role of it too.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the things that we have planned, like we talked about next time, like this video. I'm hoping the vibes of this video pays off.
Yeah.
You know what I was wanting. We tried to scour the internet for some Reddit stories and some urban legends, but it was kind of a struggle.
Yeah.
Honestly, finding some good ones.
I feel like the area we're in will kind of give these stories a creepier vibe to them, because when we were reading them in Landon's bedroom, it was like these aren't kind of giving what it needs to give. Yeah. What? I just heard something crack back there. But yeah.
What the fuck was that?
But yeah, they just wasn't given. So hopefully the ones that we found have a good plot, length, and will give what it needs to give.
Yeah. I'm excited to go over some Alabama legends because there are some locations involved.
Yes.
That we could potentially visit.
There are some on the border of Alabama and Georgia too.
Oh yeah.
Like in Georgia too.
I would like to go ghost hunting.
We've talked about it before.
Yes, I would really like to go ghost hunting some of these locations. I think it'd be a lot of fun to make a great video.
Yeah.
And you know what else would make a great video? Is
camping.
And I think next, if we survive these spooky altercations in the woods alone, we hope to camp out in these woods.
Yeah.
If we can survive, and try to see if we can survive overnight and face ultimate challenges.
Yes. Challenges will hopefully get us through it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know how they do it on Smosh, where they just have like the best Reddit stories. Like it just seems to, fall into the lap. But they probably have people who just scour the internet for them regularly. Yeah. And I'm sure they get submissions too. Mm-hmm. So.
The submissions is probably what.
Was that a gunshot?
Yeah, I think it is, but we're
Or
in
should I
Alabama.
pretend like it didn't happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it earlier.
Yeah. We're filming now, though.
Well, I mean.
I would really like to maybe find like a third person for the podcast, not as a person on the podcast, but as
helping behind the camera.
Who kind of helps behind the scenes, plan things out. You know, in like a situation like this, scroll through Reddit or wherever to find some of these.
Just kind of help us a little bit when we're
busy,
not doing shit. Yeah. I mean, or when we are doing shit.
I think because the main thing is right now, we can't pay people to do that. I think it would just have to be someone who is
passionate about
and just
things like that.
Interested in the development and whatnot. So if anyone's interested, let us know. And also, if you have any more scary stories like this, please send it to us, because honestly, I would not hate for this to be a reoccurring segment show kind of thing where we come back and do it again. Maybe when it's a little less humid. But I mean, now that we're chilling, I feel better. Yeah. I feel a lot better. We're lugging all this equipment around and whatnot. But yeah. And I think because during Halloween, I would like to come back out.
They're definitely gunshots.
Oh yeah. During Halloween, I would like to come back out here and read ghost stories specifically. Right now, we have a little bit of mix of stories. I don't know what Sarah has. She doesn't know what I have. So we're going to be listening to each other completely blind, deaf,
and mute,
and building a gingerbread house. Go watch that video here. Thank you. That's actually one of our best performing videos.
Yes, because we were up and doing shit.
Yeah.
What was that?
All right. Would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Also,
we have new mics. I really hope they sound good.
Because if not, then y'all can suck it up and tell them what you're drinking.
Old Mini Moscato I found in a gas station.
I've never seen the tiny bottles like that.
I know. It came in a little
Kinda
4-pack.
Cute.
Me and my mom went to the movies, and these just landed in her purse.
Magically, little elves kind of bink, bink, bink right in her purse.
That was my nickname in high school.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got most of these from Reddit. Mine are all from Reddit, and I have 3. I'm going to read the longest first. This one was from 5 years ago from Nobo. I posted this on another thread back in August, but I figured I'd share this again. Of the countless hours I've spent in the woods, it's the one time, the only few seconds that I can't explain. I distance hike when I can. Sometimes this means getting up early or staying out late to get as many miles as possible. Sometimes walking in the pitch dark with a low light headlamp gets spooky. I grew up in the woods of this area. I've slept under our canopy of stars more nights than I can count. I've trekked thousands of miles of trail, riverbank, lakeshore, ridge, bottoms, bogs, and creeks. I've hunted the game. I'm establishing this because it's important you understand I've heard, seen, and smelt about all of this region has to offer in the way of wilderness. My scariest experience, though, happened about 4:30 in the morning. It was late spring, so the first morning light wouldn't be visible in the treetops for another 30 to 45 minutes. Another hour passed that until sunrise. I was on mile 5. I'm in a low bottom that's wedged between 2 steep ridges. The trail I was on was narrow, muddy, and completely hemmed in by thick underbrush, young maple, and old oak growth. I'm focused on the small light from my headlamp, just one step after another, zoned out. Then I heard a loud crack, and I froze solid. This is the part I have trouble describing. 4:30 in springtime means I'm the only thing making noise. No birds chirping, nothing, dead quiet. Mid-step, I froze. When fight or flight kicks in, you have these immediate instinct thoughts. That thought that instantly flashed in my mind as I stood there balancing myself into silence was, if I hear that again, I'm turning around and I'm going back the way I came in a hurry. Why? Because that sound was not a branch breaking. It wasn't a deadfall. It wasn't a widowmaker. And I was damn sure I had just heard something intentional. Hearing it twice, well, that meant I got to get out of here. To describe it as best as I can, it sounded like a decent-sized wooden stick being violently whacked against a smallish tree. The distinction in my head being that this sound was a crack and not a thump or thud. And I have described it as explosive in the past because it was so sudden and so terribly loud. I had the sense that it was about 50 yards directly in front of me, and it was loud and clear. Now as I stood there completely spooked, I realized the soon-to-be worst part of my situation. I knew where the sound came from, and I knew where the trail went. In about 30 yards, I was going to come to a 180-degree turn and start up the ridge going away from the creek. This meant as soon as I got the courage to move towards the noise, I was going to have to turn my back to it and get up that ridge. This made me very nervous. My head's somewhere between meth fiend murder and Bigfoot bludgeoning. Minutes pass. I just breathe my foggy breath into glasses and listen. Nothing. Dead quiet. I've got about 20 to 30 minutes until first light. I crank up the headlight and start to slowly creep to the 180 turn. When you wear a headlamp in the woods at night, every tree branch in front of you casts a big black moving shadow on the trail. It didn't help. I get to the turn and quickly make the bend. I'm moving pretty fast at this point, trying to be quiet, taking tiny shallow breaths so I can listen while humping it up the trail. And then I smell it. A stench.
Yeah, you've been humping it. What did you think was going to happen?
And then I smell it. A stench hits me that I can't describe. I just imagine wet, rotten death. I've actually worked scenes where humans have expired in the past life as a firefighter. This was like days old decomposition, but it just smelled strange.
The firefighter?
You. I kept walking fast. By the time I made it to the top of that ridge, I was huffing, and the first light was showing. I didn't stop moving until full light was out and the birds were chirping. I've heard it all in our woods. I've smelt it all. I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell that was. Deadfall and especially leafed out branches make a lot of noise on the way down. I've heard it many times. I don't know. What would you do if you were in that situation? If I heard the noise, I would do a 180 back where I came.
Oh, yeah. No, I just, I'll see these TikToks of people, and they're, walking through the woods with, a spirit box or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send it to you. This person was walking, and the spirit box literally goes, "John, the woods are not safe."
Is John the person who was walking? That's crazy.
And then it said, "John, leave now."
Yeah.
And it said, the lost souls watch.
What does that mean? Oh, maybe
I was like...
some crazy
and
shit.
this guy was just humping it up the trail.
Humping and huffing it up the trail. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I heard that branch, I would have turned back the way I came. Yeah. That's what I would have done.
Usually, once a coincidence, twice is oh.
Yeah.
So bad.
Well, I don't hear it no more.
But it's
yeah. It sounds like it went that way and then went right back. Is there a creek over there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably a frog on a leaf.
Frog on a log.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, my story.
What the was that? That wasn't a car.
All right, my story. I had just finished my ice cream when my family all decided that it's only fair for me to go and get more as I've just finished the last of it, and they didn't want to miss out. Now, the only place that was open at that time of night, 11 p.m., was this milk bar about 3 kilometers through this old track through the forest. I knew there was no fight in it, so I put on my warmest clothes and set foot on this muddy, faded trail. After about 10 minutes of walking with a dim, half-cracked head torch, a whole herd of rabbits came running from behind me, about as fast as a bicycle, straight down the trail. And as soon as they passed me, they all split off into the bush and ran off. Straight after that, a deer of some sort came crashing through the bushes to my left and almost hit me, but it turned off to the right side and kept running. I didn't think much of that until I swear I heard this blood-curdling scream from about 100 meters behind me. My blood ran so cold and I couldn't breathe. I didn't have any clue as to what it could be, so I didn't want to risk anything, and I sprinted down the rest of the track for about 70-ish meters until I looked behind me and saw this pale, white, tall, lanky figure panting and growling down the track on all fours, sprinting and staring right at me. In that moment, I only had one choice but to run off the track in the direction and pray that what I'm seeing wasn't real. Now, I always thought of myself as a brave, tough kid, and that in moments like these, I would always choose fight over flight. But I cannot lie that all my confidence was out the window after I saw that thing. I jumped over this log but tripped, and I'm not lying when I say this, but just like in horror movies, my head torch fell off and I didn't bring my phone with me, except for my wallet with about $10 in it. so after all my source of light had been gone, I could only hide because it could be nearly impossible to run through a thick forest at night in pitch black. Under the log I tripped over was a little hole that might be able to fit my body, and I had to do it quick because this thing was coming quick and I could hear it getting louder. So I quickly lifted this log up and with all my adrenaline and crawled under and lowered it on top of me. I looked through a crack at the bottom of the log and saw these mangled, almost broken looking legs hurtling past the log, breathing louder than a lawnmower. I could only get a glimpse of these legs under the moonlight and couldn't see anything else. And with the panicked state I was in, I didn't want to risk getting too close to the log. After I lost sight and sound of this thing and my eyes adjusted, I slowly crawled from under the log, got back into the track, and bolted the rest of the way to the milk bar. After I got there, I looked at the time on the clock, and it read 12:43. That meant I had roughly been hiding under the log for an hour. I asked the shop owner when they closed, and he said 1. After that, I caught him staring at my dirty face, and he asked me what happened, and I said I was hunting rabbits, because I didn't even know myself what had happened. I bought the ice cream and asked if he could give me a lift home. This man looked fairly sweet and in his 50s and quickly said yes and drove me home. And that's the end of that story.
Well, first off, I wouldn't trust the old man. Second of all, I would have picked flight too.
Oh, yeah.
I would have too. There, I heard like 3 noises while you were doing that.
Oh, yeah. There is this creepy, like, forested tunnel over there. I took a picture of it. I'll put it up on the screen now. That we're going to be walking down in our camping video. But, like, if I was walking down a trail and, like, I turned around and saw...
I would run. There's no way you'd be able to bolt past it. Like, what the you'd be dead.
No.
Yeah.
See, now, stories like this, they very easily kind of make upable. But, like, what do you think about Wendigos and skinwalkers?
We shouldn't talk about it.
No, we should, and we will. Go
ahead. Yes.
Yeah? So, do you think they're around here?
Yes. I think they're everywhere, in the woods. But, Appalachian Mountains. Cooks, they're everywhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the base of them.
Yep.
Appalachian.
Appalachian.
I've seen videos on TikTok where people are, like, in the woods. See, like, if...
Is that a human cough? It came from over there.
Huh?
It came from over there.
No, I heard it back there.
Oh, bitch, I'm about to...
Okay, I got a little scared.
Wait, no, that was a human cough in front of us. It went, like that.
Yeah, I heard it back there.
No, I heard it.
Well, no one's over there.
Not to our knowledge, idiot. That could be, I'll hear the bugs, to be honest.
What I was about to say, though, about the bugs is, like, I will say, I'm surprised at how unscared I am, actually.
Yeah.
I wish I was a little more scared.
Me too.
That whatever just happened did freak me out a little bit. But what will be scary is when the bugs go quiet.
Yeah, and when that goes, so all of those, it's like, that sounds like a frog to me.
But I've seen videos where, like, someone was biking on a trail, and they...
In the woods? Like, in the woods?
Yeah. And, like, they got a weird feeling. And all of a sudden, all the bugs went silent.
Oh, no. Oh,
everything went silent. And then, like, you see, like, he's kind of, like, looking around, freaking out. And then, like, in some shrubbery, you see this thing go... Like,
no.
Like, it kind of, like, peeks out or something. Like, it looked like something. And,
yeah,
I just got chills.
Yeah. Oh, my God, man. Like, watching videos like Sam and Colby, how they put up pictures that are scary as
Yes.
And it's not relating to the fucking story. Like, they edit it, and I'm like, bitch. But if I were in that situation, flight for sure. I would have to run. Because...
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm chopped liver. I mean, I ain't running fast. I'll be the first to get ate. I'll be the first to get ate. Over there.
No, it's not. It's back there.
Yeah, I hear it. When I turn to you, I'm like looking down. It's coming over there.
I hear it back there. It's like a, right?
Yeah.
It's like a...
Well, that's a damn chihuahua. Imagine a fucking chihuahua comes running out. I'd scream like a little girl. They scare me. They fucking scare me when they get vocal. But now I have a little shorter one. It's kind of more creepy.
Okay.
But this one is also from Reddit, also from 5 years ago. It's from S Roseo 1. Here we go.
I feel like I'm starting to get a little creeped out now.
Yeah, me too. Let's hurry up. Me and a group of 20 others were hiking in a 2-person side-to-side through thick woods at 1 a.m. Why? Stupid
That's what
ass.
we're about to go do.
No, the we're not.
That's
tonight.
next episode.
Next episode. Anyway, we managed to find a muddy road, which we continued to walk over for miles before going back into the woods. Why would you go back? Why would you go back into the woods? Okay. While walking on the muddy road, I held a conversation with one of my friends that was to the right of me. After a while of talking, I noticed that my group was further ahead of me than before, so I picked up the pace. As I got closer, I noticed something odd. The friend that I was talking to was already with the rest of the group. I asked him, how did he get back so quick? And he turned and looked at me and said, I was wondering where you were. You disappeared for a good 5 minutes. Let's just say I didn't feel all right after hearing those words. I know for a fact I was speaking to him earlier, and if not him, then with someone exactly the same.
What?
I'm hearing stuff.
What'd you hear?
We probably shouldn't mimic it. Okay, anyway. I know for a fact I was speaking to him earlier, and if not him, then someone exactly the same with all the same gear. Luckily, nothing happened after that. But I was pretty shook for the rest of the hiking night. This all happened in Poland when I was a teenager, part of what I called survivalist camp.
Ooh, that's creepy.
I would kind of question that person a little bit more.
Yeah, but how did they get back to the group?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be like, hey, so like, were you ever behind with me at one point? Like, I'd probably question them, not too harshly, because, you know, if it were my buddy, I'd be like, bitch, don't play with me. Like, was it you or not?
Have you ever had an encounter like that where you've been talking to someone you thought and then they weren't there?
Yes, but it was more of like they were never there, you know? Like, I thought I saw them in the corner of my eye, I started talking, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, all right, I'll go f*** myself, you know? Yeah. I don't know. It was probably Mama or somebody.
Oh, I have. I think I told it in the Halloween episode, but to recap, in case you didn't watch it because you're a fake fan, me and my friend were closing at the restaurant, and I was like turning off the lights to scare her, and I was reaching up to turn off one light switch, and I saw her walk by out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh shit, I can't scare her now. And then like 10 seconds later, she came out of the bathroom. I was like, whom did I just see? That
wasn't you.
Whom did I just see?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of hauntings.
It's coming from over there.
No, it's not.
It's coming from over here.
I just heard it back there.
Don't f*** with me. It's literally like it's coming from like over here.
Over there.
It came from over here.
No, it did not.
All right. Read your damn story.
Shit. It's tearing us apart.
Yeah. Read that damn story.
Okay. My next story. I lived in a haunted apartment. There were seriously strange things that happened. My dog would randomly get scared and run under the bed with his hackles raised. My kitchen cupboards would open and slam shut by themselves. TV would turn on by itself. Fish tank oxygen pump would be shut off every morning. I would wake up in the middle of the night to sounds of...
I'm sorry. What in the
What if we just saw like something scurry across?
We'd hear it before we see it, probably.
No, I know, but like, what if we did?
I'd screech like a little girl and run to your car.
I'm pushing you down.
Bitch, you, okay? You. Probably jump across that little stream right there and go the other way.
I would wake up in the middle of the night to sounds of my front door unlocking, opening, and closing, and then no one would be there and everything was locked up. Keys would go missing, knives would be moved while I was cooking, things like that. There was a couple of times that I would be in the kitchen and I would see a shadow person peek around the corner really fast. It happened while I was sitting in the living room too. At first, I thought I was hallucinating and possibly sleepwalking. I checked all pilot lights and got tested for carbon monoxide poisoning, but test results were negative, and my carbon monoxide detector never went off. It got to the point where I always felt like something was off in the apartment, and I really did not like going home after work. My dog was scared all the time, and I was beginning to stress out. Then there were several sightings of seeing a man go down the hallway into the bathroom and disappearing.
He had to piss?
He did. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and had a plaid shirt on. Sometimes it would happen while I was in the living room, and sometimes it was when I was in the bedroom. Each time my dog would chase after the guy, and I would go run down the hallway and nothing would be there. Happened at night and during the daytime too. My dog did not like him at all. Every time I saw him, he would get closer and closer to me. He stopped going in the bathroom. He eventually started to stop at my door of my bedroom and stare at me.
Oh, fuck. I just got full body chills.
But when I tried to look at him full on, he would disappear. I was watching TV one night, and my dog started growling while in my lap. And I looked up, and he was at the foot of my bed.
Oh.
He reached down and grabbed my foot and held me there. I could not move whatsoever. Eventually, I broke free and shouted, "Get the f*** out of my house." He disappeared, and my dog was shaking very bad that I had to hold him all night while I had adrenaline pumping through me. Moved out 1 week after that. I was only there for 3 months, and I will never forget it.
Like, if she felt the hand on her foot, that's crazy as f***. I got full body chills.
Oh, shit, you do. Holy shit, you do.
I know, I do.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a situation like this where, like, I've seen a person in one of my spaces. I will say, though, me and Nick have both seen this thing in the apartment.
Why haven't you told me this sooner?
It appears to be, like, I've seen it a couple times and I brushed it off. But then me and Nick were talking about, like, kind of like ghosts and stuff one night, and he's it's kind of funny. He, like, tears up bad. Like, if you start talking about ghosts, tears just start streaming from his eyes.
He's not crying.
He's not crying. He's just... But we started talking about it, and we were like... I was like, I feel like I've seen something around the floors, like small, like maybe bishop-sized, and sometimes they'll just sneak around a corner. Or I'll just catch it, and I'll think it's Bishop. And I'm like, what was that? And then he was like, I've seen it too. He's like, it's always just a little bit around, and then it kind of just darts around a corner. And I always think it's one of the pets. And when we both were like, oh, we've both seen this, we were like, holy shit, wait a second.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this is something.
Yeah.
And like our thought was, you know, because we do have a lot of pets, maybe there's like a pet ghost.
Yeah.
A ghost pet.
That's playing with your animals.
Yeah, that feels comfortable and, you know, wants to come out. But like we've both seen this little shadow in the corner of our eyes kind of darting around the apartment. Like I've seen it in the kitchen, I've seen it in my room, like I've seen it just kind of shimmy away, like, and I've been like, what was...
I saw something boom right like where that light is, and then it went straight into the...
I thought I did.
Okay, keep talking. Oh, Lord, keep talking.
But no, we would see things. And we were both like, maybe there's something. But I've never seen like a full-blown person.
Yeah, no.
Well, in terms of like my place of living, I've seen a person.
I've seen shadows, but not actual like things on it. You know, just like it's just black.
Like I've seen like a person at the restaurant. Like I said, I thought it was my friend.
So with me, it's not like apparitions. It's like things in my room that look like something. Like when it's really dark. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, okay. So usually at night I'll close my door and I have stuff hanging up on my door like a jacket. When I can't see it and there's a shadow in my, like when there's a little bit of light peering in, I'm like, the f is that?
What was that?
Yeah, what was that? Like, hello? But if my cat don't freak out, then I'm chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Here's what freaks me out is there's a time in my house when I was still living at home, I suddenly felt like a very heavy presence in my room. Like just a constant feeling of not, you know, that feeling is like, I'm not alone right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just that feeling. And Bishop would like, we would be at night and he would just go like this. And like start growling and and Bishop, he growls at a lot of noises, but like anytime that he growls, it's at something. Like there is a person, there is some movement. Like he the other night I had him on the porch and he started growling at a cat that ran by. Like so he growls when he sees stuff. It's not just because
he wants to.
Yeah. So I was like, and he would like track something across. And like what even kind of freaked me out more is like when I was trying to like look at something, my eyes like, you know, as I was looking at the wall, when I stopped somewhere and my eyes like focused on something in between me and the wall. Like it went, you know, my focus.
Yeah, like a camera would.
Yes, like got closer to me. And then he would just keep growling at it, and for like a month I just felt it.
Yep.
And then it was gone. And then he stopped growling. Like as soon as I stopped, you know, feeling it.
Big ass bug.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've had instances like that, but it just kind of goes right over my head. Like if I don't hear it or see it.
Yeah. I really haven't had any kind of encounter in a long time.
Yeah.
Don't follow me home.
Yeah, do not. We don't need that shit. We don't need that shit. All right. Next story. My partner and I were in deep...
I'm like a little crack.
Yeah. My partner and I...
Or someone just like appeared around the tree.
Shut the up. I'll just keep the light. I won't cover it anymore. My partner and I were deep in Mount Adams Wilderness area, Washington State. And there were no other campers around. We had spent the day fishing and exploring the creek around our camp. Around 2 a.m., he wakes me up and tells me to be quiet. Our little dog is quietly growling and looking in one direction. About 15 yards north of the tent, I can hear rustling and a woman's voice speaking quietly to herself. And in parentheses it says, couldn't discern any words. There's no light, just the voice and the walking sounds. It goes quiet, and then it picks back up on the other side of the tent, in parentheses, which is even deeper in the woods. Then it fades off in the dense forest. My partner had literally grabbed his gun and was getting ready to confront them, but since it seemed to move on, nothing ever came of it. I cannot stress enough how deep these woods were. We had explored the day before, and I had scratches from twigs and branches. It was so dense. The fact that there was someone alone wandering around talking to themselves in the middle of the night without a light or camp is so freaky, and I still get chills whenever I think about it. The next morning we investigated and didn't find any tracks, but there was a really haphazardly lit fire in the middle of the forest/logging road about a mile up. It was still kind of warm. I know there's a small town, about 150 people, about 10 miles south from where we were camped. So maybe it was a drunk teenager. We were almost touching the Yakima Indian Reserve. Oh my God. We were almost touching the Yakima Indian Reservation also. And the logging roads were still actively used. But still, so bizarre. Sorry for the formatting. Also, I'm on mobile. But yeah. It's just a little short one. It just kind of creeped me out. It's like, how do you know it was a woman?
Yeah.
Sounded like it, probably.
I think, like, honestly, the scariest part is not just, you know, a ghost or something. It's
an actual person. And, yeah, and I think, like, that's why I'm not too scared out here. If an actual person ran up on me, oh, bitch, we'd have a problem. Like, we'd have a problem.
And
but
I think what's scary for me is, or what's not scary for me is that, like, I know these woods, and I know that we're in a safe neighborhood, so, like, we are probably safe, you know, like, there's no one coming from that way.
Yeah.
And we can see in front of us. So, like, I feel...
Just barely. If we do this, we can.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like camping will be
It'll be different.
a little bit more fun. We'll be much deeper in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like finding something like that would just be terrifying.
I think it would kind of deter me from the woods. I've never been like a woodsy person. I mean, I don't love to camp. It's not who the would like to camp. I mean, I'm not gonna yuck people's yum.
I think like if I went out into the woods and saw just a deranged like lady.
If it were human, I'd be scared.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like like if we went back in those woods and saw a deranged woman, like huddled over herself, mumbling to herself.
No, I'd be scared. I'd start running.
I would be in like the next state.
That's why I want to conceal carry. I think conceal carry is illegal, but like here in Alabama, it's illegal.
No, I was just saying like we probably should have brought a weapon out here.
Yeah.
I'll just throw you at them. Maybe,
I mean, I guess I'm a big beastly shield. I can go, no, you can't have them. You got to get through me first.
Lord, what would you do in that situation?
Honestly, again, I'd probably use my flight. I'd probably run. I mean, I think most of mine were human experiences, I would like to say. But the fact that this one, the footsteps disappeared and then reappeared on the other side of the tent was kind of like, that's a little weird.
Yep. All right, here's my last story, but then we're going to get into some Alabama urban legends and talk a little bit about those and maybe see if there are any around that we might want to visit. Here we go. A few years ago, 2 friends and I decided to sneak into the woods behind one of their houses. His family owned an old farmhouse out in the countryside. Behind it was a stretch of woods surrounded by local stories. Ghost stories, mostly. We didn't believe any of them, but we were 13 and bored, which is usually how bad ideas start. Real.
Yeah, it's what led us here.
Literally.
Our poor decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Around midnight, we grabbed flashlights and headed in. At first, it was exactly what you'd expect. Trees, mud, darkness. The occasional snap of a branch that made us all jump, even though none of us wanted to admit it. After about 10 minutes, we found a tree with 3 deep marks carved into the trunk. They looked almost like claw marks. We joked about it and kept going. Not long after, I started noticing something strange. There were 3 of us, so there should have been 3 sets of footsteps, but every so often I'd hear a 4th. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I never said anything. I convinced myself that I was imagining it. Then we found the same tree again, the one with the 3 marks. My friends swore we'd been walking in a straight line, but somehow we ended up right back where we started. Nobody was joking anymore. We turned around and started heading the other direction. Eventually, we reached a clearing and saw a lake in the distance. We were relieved. It meant we'd finally found our way out. We started crossing a field of tall grass toward it. Then my friend screamed. Not the kind of scream someone makes when they're startled, the kind of scream that comes from genuine terror. I spun around, but I couldn't see him through the grass. Then I heard something crashing through the woods. My other friend and I ran. Neither of us looked back. By the time I reached the lake, I was alone. No sign of either of them. No voices, no flashlights, nothing. I sat on the bank for what felt like hours, too afraid to go back into the woods and too scared to stay where I was. At some point, I started hearing ripples in the water. At first, I ignored them. Then they got louder. Something was moving out there. I scrambled backward up the muddy bank, slipping and falling as the sound got closer. Eventually, they stopped. Everything went silent. I stayed there until sunrise. The police found all 3 of us the next morning. My friends were alive. Nobody had been attacked. Nobody had seen anyone else. But when we compared stories afterwards, we all admitted something we'd kept to ourselves. Each of us had heard a 4th set of footsteps falling behind us that night, and none of us could explain where they came from.
I would have spoken up immediately, but y'all hear that shit?
You bitches hear the 4th?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Who's coming with us?
We gotta go. Like, it kind of to me it was like Among Us, a little bit.
Yeah. Among Us was a good game. I missed that game.
Did you just hear that shit?
What'd you?
It was like a whiny. Like a dog almost.
Yeah. Bishop comes.
Bishop, what are you doing out here? We'll hear him from a mile away, don't worry. Did you hear that?
It's like a knock on a tree. Okay.
So, what would you do if you were in that situation?
I feel like I also would have said something, but also at the same time, like if I was, okay, we got to remember, they're 13.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if I was 13, I probably wouldn't, be the that spoke up either,
Yeah. Well, I guess that's just because you're, I'm not trying to be sexist here, but I think that's because you're a man. If it were all women, we'd turn back. But, I mean, if I were that age, what was I doing at 13? Shit, making musically, renegade, like, I would not be in that situation in the first place. Like, no.
Yeah. All right. Those conclude our stories. Like I said, we had some trouble finding some good ones, but I think those are pretty good. Some interesting. So if you have any, or if you have any of your personal ones, please, send us a link or, drop them down below. We'd be happy to read them on our next outing to the woods.
Yeah.
But next, I would like to get into some Alabama urban legends. Here we go. This one is called Huggin' Molly. A boy was walking home through Abbeville late one summer night. His parents had told him 100 times not to stay out after dark, but he lost track of time with his friends. The streets were empty. The only sound was his shoes against the pavement. Then he heard another set of footsteps. Again, more footsteps. Slow, heavy, behind him. At first he ignored them. Then he noticed they matched his pace. When he stopped, they stopped. When he started walking again, they started too. Finally, he turned around. At the far end of the street stood a woman dressed entirely in black. Even from a distance, something looked wrong. She was too tall, much too tall. The boy froze. The woman suddenly began running toward him. Not walking, running. The boy took off. He sprinted down the road, hearing the pounding footsteps getting closer and closer. Just as he reached his front yard, two enormous arms wrapped around him. The woman grabbed him in a crushing hug and let out a scream directly into his ear. No. The sound was so loud he thought his eardrum had burst. Then she released him. The boy stumbled forward, and when he turned around, she was gone. The street was completely empty.
Oh.
All right. Here's one that I think we should visit.
Okay.
Hell's Gate Bridge.
Sam and Colby went to that. Did you know that?
I think so, yeah. All right, so the story goes, a group of teenagers drove out to Hell's Gate Bridge one night after hearing the local legend. The challenge was simple. Drive onto the bridge, turn off your car, and turn off your headlights. And then wait. The teenagers laughed the entire way there. Ghost stories were for little kids. When they arrived, they parked in the middle of the bridge and shut everything off. Darkness swallowed them. For a few minutes, nothing happened. Then they heard a splash below. One of them joked that it was probably a fish. A few moments later, they heard another, closer this time. Then came footsteps. Slow footsteps crossing the bridge. The sound echoed through the darkness. One step, then another, then another. Nobody spoke. The footsteps stopped beside the driver's door. Silence. The group sat frozen. Nobody wanted to look outside. Suddenly, the driver started the car and slammed his foot on the gas. They sped away without saying a word. The next morning, one of the passengers noticed something strange on the rear window, a muddy handprint. None of them could explain how it got there.
Yep. I actually read a similar story. I wasn't gonna pick that one, but yeah. I don't know if this is the same place, but there is a place somewhere in the world where if you park your car going uphill, something will push you up it.
Oh yeah, the
I don't
anti-gravity spots.
Yeah.
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 Oh. I just thought I heard something and felt like something right here.
Really?
I just went like that.
I saw you do it.
All right. Last one for the evening. This is called Aunt Jenny of Bankhead Forest.
Aunt Jenny?
Aunt Jenny.
Aunt Jenny.
And she's coming for us now. Aunt Jenny, if you're out here, you can come up over here.
Yeah, don't touch, bitch.
You can't touch us, but you can come over here.
Now, why'd you say that shit? Bitch, you gonna be the first to die in a horror movie. Oh my goodness. We need to pan the camera around so they can actually see what we're looking at when we're done.
If there's any presence over here, we invite you to make a noise.
Stupid bitch. You stupid bitch.
If there's something out here, we welcome you to make a noise.
Just please.
Step on a branch, rustle some leaves, show us you're out here.
You start fucking levitating off your shit.
If there's any ghosts, creatures, urban legends.
Bigfoot, bitch, come on.
Yeah. These woods have spooked me out.
It's too hot and humid for him.
Yeah.
Oh
These woods have spooked me out for the last 20 years. And I'm not feeling too scared, so...
Why in my presence? Why?
So if there's anything out here,
no.
Please show us that you're out here. The bugs go quiet.
Yeah, I'd start running. I'd probably piss myself and I'd start running. Okay, so continue with your last story.
Okay. Last story, guys. Aunt Jenny.
Aunt Jenny.
Of Bankhead Forest. Years ago, during the Civil War, so only a couple years ago, a woman named Jenny lived near the forest of northern Alabama. According to legend, she lost her husband and son during the war. Grief consumed her. Some say she spent years searching the woods for the men responsible. Others claim she simply wandered into the forest one day and never came back. These stories began years later. Hunters would report seeing an old woman standing between the trees, always at a distance, always watching. I just got chills.
Did you? Uh-huh.
One hiker claimed he spotted her while hiking alone near sunset. She stood motionless against the trees, wearing a gray dress. Thinking she might be lost, he waved. She didn't wave back. She didn't move. Uneasy, he continued down the trail. A few minutes later, he looked up again. She was closer. Still standing perfectly still.
Did you hear that? The way we both looked at each other, oh my god.
She's still standing perfectly still, still watching. The hiker turned around and headed back toward the trailhead. Every few minutes, he turned to look behind him. Each time, she seemed closer. Not walking, not running, just closer. When he finally reached the parking lot, he looked back one last time. The woman stood at the edge of the woods. And although he couldn't explain why, he had the overwhelming feeling that she wasn't trying to hurt him. She was trying to keep him from going deeper into the forest.
I've heard a lot of stories about like apparitions and think ghosts and shit like that who are protective ghosts, like what is it called? Like
Guides.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, they trying to kill you. It's a trap. Like, yeah, it's a trap, bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, Aunt Jenny, baby girl.
Aunt Jenny.
Jenny.
If you're out here, let us see you.
Did you get that? What?
Did you hear that?
I heard
it sounded
that.
like a gulp. Did you hear that? The gulp. Like someone stepped in the water.
Yeah, literally. Oh my Jesus.
Aunt Jenny, was that you? It's gonna be scary as packing up.
Yeah. We're going to keep all these lights on, and that's the last thing we pack it up.
Well,
Well,
I think that concludes our time here tonight, guys.
yes.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We hope you enjoyed this unique style of episode. We hope to do kind of more interesting little twists like this. Let us know if you have any ideas or any more scary stories you'd like us to read. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like. I swear.
I'm hearing. Did you hear that? It sounded like a lady went like that.
Kind of did.
Went
Yeah.
From back over there.
That way.
Back that way. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing shit.
What are you seeing?
I don't know. Let's pan the camera around. Show them what we're actually looking at.
Let's pan the camera around.
Okay. Not to me.
You can't even see anything.
No, you can't, and that's crazy.